everyone. I've got a little bit of a sore throat today, but we are on day 4 of the Advent calendar. So we've been to Ghostbusters and we've been to the tech room. What room are we going to be in today? Let's have a look. Partly hidden behind a small wall, you find a door. It is locked, obviously, but you immediately notice a control panel with buttons next to it. As soon as you enter your code, you hear a hiss and the door glides majestically to one side. You enter the room beyond and stop still in awe. You know this view well. The set of the mighty Star Wars, found I have, you let out quietly. Through the bridge screens, the backdrop gives you a glimpse of alien planets, but more interesting than the galactic panorama are the conspicuous circular markings on the ground. What are they used for? Upon closer examination, you come to the conclusion that they are probably intended for the stunt doubles. Apparently, they mark the positions of the individual protagonists during fight scenes. Okay, so they're like markers, cue markers on the floor. You shudder a little when you realise that you might have a battle of your own if you want to find the missing star from the clutches of the kidnappers. And you still have no idea who your opponent or opponents actually are. You remember with trepidation the gigantic hole in the studio wall of the opening scene. Since then, you have had no more clues about a monster. Still, maybe you should rehearse a few standard battle moves just to be safe. Ooh, like lightsaber moves and pyroblasters. Oh, that would be nice. If you have to admit the marks for the stunt doubles invite you to do so. Conveniently, lying there on the set as well is a pair of the famous lightsabers. May the force be with you, you murmur with determination, and get into position. Okay, so these are probably the markers in question. Okay, so apparently the force is not with me today, as there's something wrong with my camera and I need to find out what. But going on from where we left off, this is what was behind day 4. We've got a collection of characters. We've got Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker. That's Liam Neeson's character, whose name I've completely forgotten. That's obviously Darth Vader. That's Kylo Ren. That's Lord Seth. No idea who this woman is. I'll have to research before I do the reveal. And I have no idea who this guy is. I imagine he's some kind of red Vader. Something like that. And then you've got these collection of squares, which I'm guessing are... Sorry, excuse the cough. Q labels. So let's open day 4, see if we get any more clues. Okay, so this is actually really cool. So this is inside, this looks like it's inside. Something on the top. This looks like it's actually inside the Millennium Falcon. And there's a planet at the bottom there. That is pretty cool. We've got the cat again. The cat was in the previous one. He's soaking wet and he's got a ball of yarn next to him. What is going on, Mr. Cat? And then that must be the cue marks that was mentioned in the booklet. Okay, that looks pretty cool. So let's have a look, see what we got. So we got Practice Padawan as you know. Practice Padawan so you know exactly how to do every step and saber blow. The Force will be with you. And it's written in a similar style to how the intro is in Star Wars. That is pretty cool. And then you've got the lightsabers, red, yellow and blue. That looks really cool. That looks amazing. Oh, I love that. That is so cool. Anyway, I better sit down and figure out what all of this means. I will catch you guys later in the evening, and hopefully my camera will be working again tomorrow. Catch you around. Bye.